Fenris, SFO.
Hello everyone, Fenris here. Just a quick video today about new Beastman mechanic. So let's not linger, just start. So for the basics, Beastmen have two new resources. We'll talk about one of them only today. The one is Dark Devotion. It doesn't have text right now, like most of the things, and keep in mind that all things that you will be seeing today are subject to change, are still in the testing phases. So, Dark Devotion is a new Beastman resource that can be generated by several things. Some raising, hidden settlements, events, characters, hordes, and can be used on Bestial Sacrifices. And Bestial Sacrifices is the main topic of today's video. As you can see on the right side, we have a new button, so Bestial Sacrifices, Summon Powers of the Dark Gods. Let's see what we have here. Together with HN and rest of the team, we made this brand new panel. We reworked the dwarf crafting system, so Dwarf Forge, to be a mix of Sotek sacrifices, rites, crafting, and Tomb King's unit summon. But we will get to it. So we have 5 different panels for this mechanic, for the Beastman. And the first one is Herd Followers. Summon dark banners and followers to do your will. As you can see, none of those have costs right now, but keep in mind, like I said, it's all about subject to change, etc. We are just testing this stuff. Don't look on the costs, you can look on the effects and different stuff. So getting back to it. Herd Followers is a tab where you will be able to summon followers and war banners. In total there are 15 of those right now in this panel, and half of them are new one. So we are adding also new banners and things like this. So I will show how it works. Let's take one of the banners. Okay, it can be the first one. We just click summon. We get a notification that number 7 was done, and we have an information. We go to our Lord. As you can see, you have a new follower. Brand new SFO only. Let's get back to it. So, I think this is quite simple, and all of you understand how it works. So, the second tab are the Hearthstones, and here you have something entirely different than the Herd Followers. Here, for a set duration and cooldown for each of those, you will be able to awake one of the 4 winds of magic that Beastmen are able to harness. So Wind of Beasts, Shadow, Wild and Death. Each of those will be giving you some faction-wide benefits, but also army abilities. So let's for example say that the Brown Wind of Beasts will target all of your not characters but units, not characters, all of your units. It will make them that they will cause damage to themselves, but they will have much better statistics, as you can see. For example, Grey Wind of Shadow is an opposite of it. You can target your own character or an enemy character, and that way this character will get damage, won't be able to die during this Wind of Magic harnessing his power, but will have much bigger stats, as you can see. Another one is the Brown Wind of the Wild, and this one is quite interesting because it summons Spirit of Gorok and gives leadership physical resistance to said lord. But there is a catch. You can target your own lord and or the enemy lord. The difference is that your own lord need to be below 20% health, same with the enemy. But this lord and the faction gets a lot of magic, leadership and physical resistance. So it's a trait. And the last one is the Purple Wind of Death, and this one is also kind of interesting. You can only target your own unit by using it, but if you do, your unit gets damage, of course, gets all of those debuffs, but all enemies around also gets it. So it's about sacrificing one of your units to deal a massive damage and debuffs to enemies around. So another one are the Cloven ones. Cloven one is kind of interesting tab, and I will be showing you what is it now. As you can see, we have some awesome new units that you will be able to unlock in this tab, and I hope you will like it. Another one are the bonds. The bonds are another different tab entirely, because here you will be able to unlock permanent upgrades, so they are not don't have a duration or cooldown, same as the hearthstones. They are permanent. Here you will have different things like lowered recruitment, capacity for all the units, some horde growth, ambush chance, movement rate, recent rate, etc. Right now there are total of 16 of those, but maybe we will be increasing those in time. And the last tab in this Bestial Sacrifices mechanics are the Ascensions. Ascensions are interesting because of two things. They are working on rights. So rights that Warhammer 2 factions have and that old factions still don't have. That's why I decided to make some kind of alteration of it. As you can see, we have some different effects that are working basically like rights. You have an effects, they have a set duration and cooldown, and you can unlock them when you want. What's interesting, each of the Beastmen Legendary Lord have 4 different ascensions. Those that you can see here are only for Kazurak one way. Morgur and Malagor have entirely different ascensions, so this gives different replayability and a way to play your character in a different way, because you know my opinion, I think that each Legendary Lord campaign should be from start to finish different than the others, and those ascensions are a way to do it. So we were talking about Hearthstones and summoning the Winds of Magic. As you can see, as you already know, I think, who is this guy. This is the Spirit of Gorok. Gorok was one of the biggest Minotaur in the history of Beastmen lore, and thanks to the new Bestial Sacrifices, you can summon him by sacrificing your character health or the enemy health. So let's see how he is doing in action. He has some quite new abilities. One of those abilities are, yes, Spirit of the Wild. He's basically having a massive wild tide exploding around him every 4 seconds, as long as your magic is above 50%. As for his stats, he have 100 melee attack, he have Discourage, weapon strike of 1000, no AP, and all possible resistance on 25%. He also has Terror, Perfect Vigor, Unbreakable, and deals damage to himself, so he is not going to last forever, but he is able to basically win your battles if you have him. So though this is one of the new mechanics for the Beastmen that we are preparing for the new update, I can say right now that Beastmen update is done in, I would say like 50%, the Beastmen part of it. The second part are the Wood Elves, and soon we will be starting to work on them. And no ETA for the update just yet. As I said, all the things that you saw are subject to change. The many icons, many text, many other things are still missing. We are still working on it. I think that we are making a very good progress. You can see that this very cool Minotaur made by Shamboskal. All his textures are custom. I really like his work. And damn, he has a power. It's a very hard to summon in the campaign, but he's really worth it. What more I can say? Bestial Sacrifices, I think it's a cool mechanic that will give a lot of flavor to your beastman campaigns. On the next video we'll talk about the second new resource that in fact is a primary new resource for the beastman that changes the way how you play and recruit and build stuff with it. But let's not spoil it. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for all the support for the Patreons, for the patience for this update. We are working on it. It's still in the works. It's quite huge as always, but I think it's worth it. So until next time, Benris out.